G'day guys, Tony here from Offtap Brewing. Quick tip in 5 minutes under, and this video is sort of inspired by a question from Tom, new to home brew Tom, and his question was how to degas a keg. And his thought process is to shake the keg and release the valve. So basically you've got your overcarbonated keg, shake it and release the valve, release the valve, shake it, release the valve, blah blah blah. Stop it! Damn dogs, they're going to chew up my 5 minutes. But there's an easy way, and I was first shown this way from Jake CPU Nuts video from ages and ages ago, a few years ago. And I've used it a couple of times, and it does seem to work quite well. What you'll need is a jug. You will need an overcarbonated keg. What you do, and most kegs, once you overcarbonate them, you know, they're relatively full. If this is the problem, then this is where this comes in. You tap off a good 2 or 3 litres into your sanitized, clean mixing jug, which gives you, you know, a decent amount of headspace in your keg to be able to do this method. What we do then is we set our regulator and our gas bottle to pouring pressure. We put a black disconnect on it, so we use the opposite. But this is my gas bottle, and this is what I've got on it now. But I always have this one laying around. Okay, and I use this for cleaning and heaps of other stuff. And I've got a John Guest fitting right there. You can see it. I can change that out quite simply. Now it's a very handy tip for you guys. That should be a second video, but I'm going to throw that tip in for free. Now what we do is we set our regulator to our normal pouring pressure. We put the black disconnect on our gas line, and then we connect that to our beer outlet. So we're reversing the polarities. We're going to cause some dramas. Now basically what that does, guys, when we pull the release, when we pull the release valve off there and we turn the gas on, that's going to force CO2 through the mixture from the bottom up, and we're going to push out all the extra CO2, but we're going to leave behind the correct pressure. So we're not going to over decarbonate, if that's a word. If I can just make words up on the spot like that, I think I can. I've had a beer or two, I'm alright to do that. We're not going to over decarbonate our brew. We're just going to purge out all the excess CO2. Now, we do need the headroom, the space for this. When we filled that, we need the headroom in the keg because it does foam up and become quite messy. If you don't have enough headroom in there, you're going to shoot beer or foam straight out your release valve and create a mess everywhere. When the beer does start to come out, obviously we pop it down and let it sit for a while. Now you can get a good couple of squirts in there before, with all that headroom, before we need to put that on there, and just let it go. And it doesn't take that long at all. It's called CO2 scrubbing. CO2 scrubbing is very handy for a lot of things. We can remove DMS from our beers with CO2 scrubbing using this very same technique. So if your beer's a little bit farty smell, a little bit egg, anything like that, you can remove that smell as well, doing the same process. Alright guys, Tom, I hope this helps you. You know guys, any questions? I've got 4 empty kegs here and no beer in the fridge. I'm resorting to Mega Swill, so I can't show you how to do this, but I hope my explanation worked out great. As always guys, remember, beer does make you smarter.